So, whoops, my camera is moving. So what we're going to do, guys, now is we are going to start drawing some mountains. We're going to do some mountains.
Oh, I'm really good at mountains.
You're doing that interrupting thing. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. And we're not going to do like the type of mountains we have, like Colorado Rockies, where we have a lot of the gray, maybe some blues with the snow caps. We're not going to do that kind of mountain. We're looking for a mountain that is like this, okay? This is China, okay? And if you look at these mountains,
They're green.
yes, thank you, they're green. It's very lush, okay? There's a lot of moisture, prime for growing. It's probably much like how it is here. You know, it's very humid. A lot of things grow very easily here. Look at the shapes of the mountains.
Those are cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. It's actually very beautiful, okay? Love to go see these in real life. Lovely. So this is what we're going for. Now we're going to stylize it a bit, okay? Which means it's going to be a little realistic and a little bit cartoonish, kind of a combo, okay? But I wanted you to see the image I'm looking at while we're doing this, just so you have an idea. Now you can use a pencil, you can use a pen, I care not. You could use a green Prisma. I'm just going to use my green. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start drawing out some of those mountains, okay? Got to think about how they had a funny look to them, kind of skinnier, a little bit
On a different page.
tall. Yeah, I would just flip to your next page. I'm going to start drawing in some mountains, okay? Maybe I'll kind of have them come up and down like that. Maybe I'll do another one right here that kind of comes down this way. This one, maybe we'll have a little one in front of it. That's how I'm going to draw them out, just like that. Oh, and these were the greens you needed and the brown and the white. Hmm?
Are we going to do this like straight up?
No, it's going to be like this. Do it like this.
So we keep going?
Hmm? No, I would just do 3. You don't want to get crazy. We don't have infinity time, so we're going to keep it small for now because we're just experimenting and practicing. I'm showing you a technique. That way you could use it on your final project if you would like.
I cannot wait.
So I am using my dark green, and that's number 908. Okay. Shh, I hear a lot of little noises. Settle down. Okay. So what I'm going to do, guys, with this dark green, whatever you have as your darkest green, you're going to come into the top. We're just going to start with one of these mountains. I'm going to do a harder pressure with my little circles, and I'm kind of outlining, and I'm going to fade it down and away, kind of like that. And I'm going to go around the tops in the same manner. Okay.
Well, this green is really nice.
Yeah.
Does it matter how far that we fade it down?
No, I mean, kind of observe what I'm doing and try to mimic that. Shh. You should be coloring with me. I'm using a harder pressure up at the top. It's almost like I'm outlining a bit, okay? And that's where we get more of that cartoony stylized look, and that's fine. And I'm just fading it down, and I'm just gonna work one mountain at a time. Maybe I'll do the one in front of it while I have the dark green, just because it's in my hands. And I'm going really quickly, so I'm definitely not working with the care that I would want to work with on my final art piece. It's just a quick demo for you guys, so it's faster than I would do typically. Okay, and that's with that dark green. Then I would pick up my grass green. It's a lovely color. It's number 909, okay? I would take my grass green and I would go on top of the dark green with a medium pressure. You can see it makes it look a little bit more rich, brighter. And then I'm going to start to fade that down.
So just kind of go over it with it?
Yep, and then you want to fade it down further. And
honestly, I'm probably going to start using the dark green one.
yeah, the dark green's very pretty. And it's funny because when you look at it in the box, it doesn't look like much, just dark. But when you use it, it's lovely.
Especially whenever you like fade it.
Yeah, when it fades really nicely. I'm going to do this bottom mountain as well down here. Okay. And I'm just kind of fading that out a bit. Starting to look pretty cool. Okay. The second color is grass green, 909. Okay. Use what you have. Okay. Now, for the sake of the video and not making it an hour long, I'm going to work a little quicker. So make sure, very nice, make sure you're listening. I'm going to come in with the true green. I'm going to come in right at the bottom of each mountain. I'm just going to do light pressure. Yeah, that true green's a little funky. It's a little brighter. Yes, 910. I'm just going to fill that in a bit. I'm leaving a little white at the bottom though. I'm not too concerned. Just like that. Light pressure. So it's got a nice green fade. Darker to lighter. I'm kind of letting it fade out as it goes down. And then I'm actually going to, Seth, use this true green in the middle and at the top. Okay, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to use hard pressure, do my little circles, and that true green is going to act like the white did yesterday, and it's going to blend it together a little bit nicer for me.
And it kind of does that.
Yeah, if you use that hard pressure, light colors can do that for you. Now I'm going to go maybe just about halfway down. I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to pick up with the white. And I'm going to take the white down the rest of the way. Okay? Now, I had you guys get a brown because sometimes I like to throw a little brown into the bottom. So before I take the white all the way down, maybe I'll do very light pressure. I'll throw a little brown down here. Very light pressure. Maybe I'll put a little true green on top of it, just to have a variation. Then I'll take my white, and I want to go one mountain at a time. So I don't want to go over this mountain in the front with my white. I'm going around it, okay? You don't just color white over the whole thing. To be with intention, go around it, little circles, fade it down. Ooh, that's cool. No, I actually didn't get to the brown on the small mountain. I think it's too short. Yeah, that looks really nice. You just want to have a nice fade on this bottom area, and I like that. I'm going to do this similar with the small one in the front. Using that true green hard pressure to blend the top areas. And when I get lower, I'm using the white, and that will fade out like that. Okay? Yeah, we are. I'm going to have you do it on your own. Okay? Now, in just a minute, yeah, you can totally start. Just be listening while you're doing that. Okay, so it looks funny though at the bottom of the mountain, guys, because it just ends. That doesn't really make sense. That's not very realistic. So let's think about the foliage that we'd have on the bottom, okay? We're probably gonna have bushes or trees. So what we can do, I'm just gonna do some kind of tallish trees down here. We can start, it's almost like little squigglies. You can make them kind of triangular. You want to start kind of hiding that awkward edge. I'm using the dark. Using the dark green, hiding that awkward edge, putting in some little trees, some foliage. I hear too much in the back, and I see people not facing me, which is very sad.
What is the brown for?
I just put a little bit right here, just to kind of add a little bit of a different dimension to it. Kind of changes it up a bit. And you can put white back on top of it to kind of fuzz it in. Now, if I take those little trees and I want them to start going up the mountain, they would just become kind of smaller and smaller as they go up. I think that's pretty interesting. I like that. Okay, it's starting to look pretty cool. Maybe I'd have some trees down here. It looks like a little valley. So when I do the trees, what I'm doing, the shape, can you see on the screen? It's like I'm just kind of doing like a squiggly little triangular form. Almost. And I'm just kind of being free. I'm not doing it perfectly. I'm not drawing any stumps because it's so far we can't pick up that detail with our eye. So it's just kind of, I don't know. Squiggly, it's just stuff like that. So it's starting to look pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to let you do this other mountain by yourself, but before you do that, I would like for you to think about putting clouds in here. In perspective. Showing distance. So if I was going to do that, and I will do that for you, my farther away clouds would be lower, okay? I'd have them go up and get bigger, and you want to kind of overlap. They're going to underlap. They're going to go behind the mountains here and there. Okay. Maybe I'll have a big one kind of up here more. Maybe a really small one down here. So we're really starting to try to show some distance in this and make it look a little more realistic, okay? I'd put more layers in here. I could color it in, you know, yada yada. But it's starting to look pretty cool. Now I can start thinking about, oh, I want it to be stormy. There's going to be some weather. Which cloud is that going to be? What's going to be happening? Maybe it's going to be this one, and I'm going to eventually have some rain kind of coming down. It's going to be raining. Maybe this one is also raining. And if they're going to be raining, they're probably going to need to come up more and have more of that thunderstorm anvil shape, you know, that clouds get when there's some mega weather happening. So I'm just being thoughtful about that kind of stuff. Another thing I want to kind of address with you, sometimes on the bottom of mountains, especially in old prints, you'll see mist, okay? And that kind of comes back to legends and myths of these mountains being the lairs or the homes of dragons. And the dragons living up in the mountains and their breath being the mist that funnels down and around the base of the mountains. So instead of doing greenery at the bottom, you could always come in and kind of do some swirling mist and then have that be more of the breath of the dragons, okay? Maybe you could have a dragon flying around. In the mist, guys, you would do very much like the clouds, and I can demo that another day for you, okay? But just thinking about when we do our final project in our scroll, we want to tell a story, okay? And maybe my story, you know, maybe I'd have a dragon flying around, and maybe a warrior who's gonna fight the dragon somewhere. Something's occurring. Maybe there's an epic storm, and it's like a lightning dragon, and there's lightning going across the sky, and it's electric and illuminated. There's a lot that we could do with this, so we're just kind of starting to formulate ideas, and you're starting to learn techniques. It's quite exciting.